All right, folks, grab your popcorn and settle in because this is one wild story you won't want to miss. Picture this, it's 2014 and I'm 26, gearing up to marry my college sweetheart Lena, who's 25. We've been together for 3 years and everything seems to be falling into place. We've planned the wedding of our dreams and I've just paid $20,000 to secure the venue. Our parents aren't exactly rolling in dough, and with Lena in grad school, the financial burden falls squarely on my shoulders. But hey, it's all worth it, right? Now, let me set the scene. Our relationship wasn't perfect. Who is at that age? We had our fair share of squabbles over trivial things, weekend drinking binges, and the usual communication breakdowns. But despite the hiccups, we've had a solid bond. We were navigating post-college life together, planning for a future that seemed bright and full of promise. Fast forward to 4 days before the wedding. My check to the venue has been cashed. Our guest list of over 120 people is locked in. Tuxes and bridesmaid dresses are paid for and fitted, and everything appears to be on track. But oh, how wrong was I. The night everything fell apart was a Friday evening. We just moved into our new apartment a few weeks prior, and we decided to invite about a dozen friends over to pre-game before hitting the town. Among the guests was my childhood buddy, Ben, who Lena had grown quite fond of over the past 3 years. The night kicked off at a local hookah lounge that was bring your own booze. By the time we left, we'd polished off a fifth of Jameson and a 30-pack of Yuling, and everyone was buzzing. The next 3 hours were a blur of bar hopping, resulting in our group becoming a drunken, belligerent mess. When the bars finally closed, most people called it a night, but not us. Lena, Ben, another couple, and I headed back to our apartment for a nightcap. Once back at our place, the couple didn't last long and left after about 20 minutes. That left me with Lena and Ben. Earlier in the night, I noticed Lena and Ben frequently checking their phones in a seemingly synchronized manner, but I brushed it off. Why would I suspect anything shady 2 days before our wedding? By this point, I was relatively sober and noticed we were out of booze. I contemplated running out to grab a couple of six-packs from a nearby spot that stays open until 3 a.m. Lena and Ben were visibly drunk, but I saw no reason to worry. Just as I was about to leave, I got a gut feeling that something wasn't right. Call it intuition, but it freaked me out. I called my best bud and asked if he'd join me on the beer run. He agreed, and after grabbing some Bud Heavies, we headed back to the apartment. We walked up to the sliding glass door that led to my living room, which had a sectional couch to the immediate right. As we opened the door and stepped inside, I saw something that made my blood run cold. There on the couch was Lena, topless, and straddling Ben, their tongues deep down each other's throats. They were so engrossed in their drunken makeout session that they didn't even notice us standing just 10 feet away. For a few seconds, I was paralyzed with shock, trying to comprehend the scene before my eyes. Then rage took over. I dropped the beer, lunged forward, and yanked Lena off Ben. She landed on the floor, and I unleashed 2 hard right hooks to Ben's eye and cheek while he lay on the couch with a look of sheer terror on his face. Now, to give you some context, I'm 6 feet, 220 pounds, and have played hockey my entire life. Ben, on the other hand, is 5'6", 140 pounds, and a runner. My punches knocked him out cold. He started snoring, which I didn't even know was a thing, and he was out for a solid 5 minutes. In the heat of the moment, I called Lena's parents repeatedly until they woke up and demanded they come to get their cheating daughter immediately. Their house was only 5 minutes away, so they arrived shortly after. When they walked in, they found me screaming at Lena, Ben unconscious on the couch, and my best bud trying to mediate the chaos. The first thing I did was declare that the wedding was off. I demanded the ring back and told Lena and her parents that I'd rather lose $20,000 than spend my life with a cheating partner. Lena's parents tried to calm me down, asking why I couldn't forgive her and saying it was too late to cancel the wedding. Meanwhile, Ben woke up with the right side of his face swollen to the size of a grapefruit and his left eye completely shut. Kicking him out was tricky since he was too drunk to drive, so I called his brother to come and get him. During the 20-minute wait, I laid into Lena, Ben, and her parents, expressing my rage and disappointment. Miraculously, I managed to articulate my thoughts clearly despite my fury. By the time Ben's brother arrived and Lena's parents took her home, I had systematically dismantled any arguments or pleas for reconsideration. The aftermath wasn't easy. 2 months later, I was laid off from my job at a pharma company, and I was buried in credit card debt from the wedding expenses. Unemployment haunted me for 5 months, and I was diagnosed with major depression. Life was a mess for a few years, but now at 31, I'm in a much better place. It's been a long road, but I've come out the other side stronger and happier. This Marine returned from his deployment in hopes of surprising his wife, only to find her performing oral sex on an old friend. Ugh, you won't want to miss the drama. Check out this video for all the details.